friends, welcome to the Expertsedge. So here we are with our ShortCAT series, that is 1 minute method. The topic we are doing here is geometry, that is we call it the Sampurna geometry, right? So in that particularly we are doing triangles. As I already said, in geometry the major section is triangles, because it has lots of concepts. Okay, so we are into the 6th session, still we are doing triangles only. Believe me, still many more sessions will be on triangles and then circles will do it quickly. So in this particular topic, the snapshot of this is we will be doing the types of a triangle, particularly acute angle and obtuse angle triangle related questions. And also we'll see a very beautiful question on isosceles triangle. Okay, so let's get started. This you must be knowing the classification of triangles. First is on the basis of sides. One is scalene, where all sides are different. Second is isosceles, where two sides are equal. And equilateral, where all the three sides are equal. And now based on the angles, first is the acute angle triangle, where all the three angles are acute. Acute means less than 90 degree. Obtuse angle, that means one angle is obtuse, that is greater than 90. And right angle triangle is one angle has to be exactly 90 degree, right? So this is a relation you can say. In right angle triangle, you must be knowing a Pythagoras theorem, right? What is the Pythagoras theorem? That if this is C, this is A, this is B, A square plus B square should be equal to hypotenuse ka square, right? That is, I have written also there. Now, if I extend this Pythagoras, right? Just imagine this is a rope, right? And let's say if I increase this, something like this. So this triangle, something it will be like the triangle, right? So when you increase the hypotenuse, you will get this side, right? This triangle. That triangle we know as obtuse angle triangle. So what will happen in that case? So my A square plus B square, that is the two smallest side. This is A and this is B, and this is C square. So for obtuse, this hypotenuse square, as this hypotenuse is bigger, right? So अगर यहाँ पे equality थी, तो अगर ये बड़ा हो गया, right? So hypotenuse के यहाँ पे होगा greater than. So please remember this inequality. CAT में question आ चुका है इस पे, right? And what will happen if I shrink this hypotenuse? It would be something like acute angle triangle. You just need to visualize, this is my right angle triangle. If you extend it, you will get obtuse angle triangle. If you shrink it, you will get the acute angle triangles, right? So in a right angle triangle, you had what? A square plus B square equal to C square. Obtuse में क्या होगा? C square will be greater, right? And acute में C square will be smaller. That's it. उतना ही आपको याद रखना है. So this is A square plus B square. C square has to be smaller. Right? So now let's get started with the questions. Let's say, but before the question if I go, let's say, if I say a triangle has sides 5, 7 and 9. Which type of triangle it will be? Simple, you just need to square the two smallest sides. So it is 5 square plus 7 square and this is 9 square, right? So this is how much? 81. This is what? 5 square is 25, 7 square is 49, 25 plus 49 is how much? 9 plus 5 is, this will be 74, right? So now tell me, is 7, which is greater? So 81 is greater, right? So that means this 9 square ke वहाँ पे greater sign है. So hypotenuse is bigger. This triangle has to be 5, 7, 9 triangle has to be obtuse angle triangle, okay? Okay, so these are the basics. Now let's get to the questions. The first question is, if a triangle has sides 6, 8 and third side is x where it is integer, right? Now what he is asking is how many right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle. So let's, तो अगर एक 6 है, एक 8 है और एक x है, ठीक है? So I hope you remember in the last class we did, किसी भी अगर ट्राइंगल में दो साइड दिए हो, so थर्ड साइड की रेंज क्या होती है? Let me just draw it here. If this is my A, this is my B and this is my C, right? So let's say third side C. So C का range is, it has to be less than A plus B. ठीक है? It has to be less than sum of the two side and it has to be greater than difference of the two side. Whichever is the bigger, you need to subtract from it, right? I hope you remember, guys. This, please remember this. So this is the inequality. So from that what I'll get? So x की range will be 6 plus 8 से छोटा होना चाहिए और 8 minus 6 से बड़ा होना चाहिए. So that means my x should lie between 14 से छोटा 2 से बड़ा. So what will be the range of x? Okay, if I write it here. So as all the sides are integer, my x lowest it can take is how much? 2 से बड़ा, that is 3, or it can take is 4, or it can take is 5, and so on so forth. It will take till 13, right? Okay, if I let's say something, draw a number line here just to explain this. Okay, so this is my number line, right? So this is 3, let's say this is 4, 5, and so on so forth. This is 13, this is 12, and likewise. Okay, now itne hi triangles hai. Ab itne triangles mein se how many triangles are this? So just let me count total triangles. Kaise karta hai total triangles? So total triangles will be bigger number minus smaller number, 13 minus 3, don't forget to add plus 1, right? So 13 minus 3, 10 plus 1, 11 are the total triangles. Now out of 11, I need to bifurcate into these 3 categories. Okay, now please remember this shortcut for this acute angle triangle. Okay, I'm just mentioning here this shortcut which I'm telling you, it is for acute angle triangle. Okay, otherwise guys general method थोड़ा tough है, बस इतना याद रखो, ये shortcut आपको क्या देगा? Shortcut will give acute angle triangles. Okay, so what does it says? जैसे ये inequality थी, it was related with what sides, right? Third side C. For acute angle triangle, just remember that C square. Just let me take this. This is only for acute. I'm again repeating. C square has to be less than A square plus B square. It has to be greater than A square minus B square, whichever is the bigger. Don't just do that. A should be fixed. So this is the shortcut for to get faster my acute angle triangle. Okay, so just tell me फिर x square की range क्या आएगी? Here my C is what? X. So x square should be less than 6 square plus 8 square, right? And it should be greater than 8 square minus 6 square. So this will be what? 64 minus 36. This should be my x square, and this should be 36 plus 64. So basically my x square has to be between 100 smaller and 64 minus 36 is 28 se bada, right? Now what is the root of 100? This, as it is a square, I need a value of x. So 100 ka root is 10 and 28. So 28 कौन से दो square के बीच में आता है, right? So if I say 5 square and 6 square, right? So this is 25 and 36. So somewhere between 28 आएगा. तो if I say root of 28, it would be 5 point something something, right? So basically it would be what? This is exact 100. This will be 5 point something. Don't need to calculate exact, 5 point something. So now what we got is the acute angle triangle. So tell me for acute angle triangle, what should be the range of x? So to get acute angle triangle, for acute, my x should be 5 point xx से बड़ा. What is 5 point xx से बड़ा? So it can be 6, it can, or 10 से छोटा. So it would be 6, 7, 8 and 9. 10 is not included because it is less than. So I can say 6 to 9, right? This 6 to 9, this range is of what? This range is of acute angle triangles. Okay, so how many are this? 6, 7, 8, 9, so 4. So answer of the first question, how many acute angle triangles are there, is 4. So out of 11, I got to know that 4 are the acute angle triangles. Now please remember, but this, ये जो हमने formula लगाया, C square lies between A square B square and A square minus B square, it is only for acute angle triangle. Okay, now remaining is right angle triangle. Right angle triangle कैसे आएगा? You will get only two. एक तो left में आएगा या right में आएगा, right? एक तो इधर का ही आएगा. इसको पहचानने का सिंपल तरीका है, अगर मेरा कुछ भी integer में गया left ये solve करते वक्त, right? So can you see the integer here? Is 5.66 an integer? No. 5.xx an integer? No, right? But can you see a 10? It is an integer, right? So my right angle triangle will be what? One right angle triangle will be 6, 8 and 10. You can cross verify very much. 6, 8 and third side will be 10. This will be right angle triangle because 6 square plus 8 square, that is 100, equal to 10 square. So this is equal, it follows a Pythagoras theorem. That means this is a right angle triangle. So how many we got a right angle triangle? So here that is the side 10. Okay, just let me take a different color. This 10 wala is RAT, right angle triangle. So अब कितने बचे? जो बचे वो क्या होंगे? There are only 3 types of triangle: right angle, acute and obtuse. So remaining will be nothing but my obtuse angle triangle. Right? So out of 11, 1 I got is the acute angle, right angle. This is 4. So out of this 11 minus 4 minus 1, remaining is 11 minus 5 is 6. So my 6 has to be obtuse angle triangle. Okay, and which will be those 6? So this 3 to 5, this 3 to 5, this here you will get the obtuse angle triangle. Also 10 gaya, 11, 12, 13. This 3. Here also you will get obtuse angle triangle. Okay, so pretty difficult question, but just please remember the 2 basic fundas. That is how to get the length inequality for the side. That from that you will get the total number of triangles. And if he asks for acute angle triangle, in fact that is also not needed. Acute angle triangle, only this formula is sufficient. Okay, so if this is clear, now let's solve the question. So please remember this shortcut. These are very useful. Now question number 2. If 10, 12 and x are the sides of the acute angle triangle. Okay, now the here is, he's clearly mentioning that this triangle is what? Which type of triangle? Acute angle. So we have a direct formula for acute angle, right? So just let me draw a diagram. So it would be 10, it would be 12, it would be x, right? So I can directly use it. What was the formula for acute angle triangle? What was the shortcut? Acute angle triangles, we get it by a relation that c square has to be between the sum of the squares of the other 2 sides as well as the difference of those sides. Okay, so if I put it's x square should be equal less than 10 square plus 12 square. It should be greater than 12 square minus 10 square. So this is 144 minus 100, that is 44 se bada, and 100 plus 144, 244 se chota. Now think, 44 comes between which 2 squares? So 44 will be between 6 square is 36, 7 square is 49. So it would be somewhere between. So 44 is should be 6 point something something, right? So that should be x, and 244 lies between which 2 range? 17 square you must be knowing is 15 square is this is 225, 16 is 256, right? This is 225, 16 square is 256. So it lies between 15 and 16, right? So it would be something 15.xx. So now tell me for being acute, what should be the range of x? So for being acute, my x has to be greater than 6.xx. What is 6.xx? So it would include 7, it would include 9, and so on and so forth. Maximum it can be 15.xx is chota. So 15 can be included, right? So 7 to 15, how many integers will get? 7 to 15 will be 15 minus 7, that is 8 plus 1. So the answer of this question is 9. Okay, so pretty easy question if you get a hold of it. Okay, now let's solve the next question. Question number 3. This is a CAT 2008 question. So what he's asking is the obtuse. Okay, how do you get obtuse? There is no direct method for obtuse. कैसे निकालते हैं? For to get obtuse angle triangle, first we should do total triangles हमको निकालने पड़ेंगे साइड के इनइक्वालिटी से, माइनस कौन से ट्रायंगल्स माइनस करने पड़ेंगे हमको? एक्यूट प्लस अगर कोई राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल होगा तो. जरूरी नहीं है हर बार राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल होगा, राइट? हर बार जैसे इन द लास्ट क्वेश्चन इफ यू रिमेंबर 10, 12 दिस वाज नॉट यहाँ पे एक भी मुझे राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल नहीं मिलेगा. कैसे पहचाना? शॉर्टकट, अगर दोनों भी पॉइंट्स में गए लेफ्ट एंड राइट हैंड इनइक्वालिटी तो कोई आपको राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल नहीं मिलेगा. सो कमिंग टू दिस क्वेश्चन, first of all, how many total triangles will be there? So here it is 8, here it is 15, and here it is x. So my x should lie between sum of the two sides, that is 15 plus 8, and difference of two sides, that is 15 minus 8. What is the difference of two sides? 15 minus 8 is 7. So it should be greater than 7. It should be less than 23. Okay. So basically my x lies from 7 se bada, that is 8, say 23 se chota, that is 22. So total values will be how many? 22 minus 8 plus 1. So that is 22 minus 8 is 14, 14 plus 1 is 15. So 15 are my total triangles. So okay, we got the first part of it. So total number of triangles here is 15. Okay, but I don't want total. Now, acute angle triangles. So what is the inequality for acute angle triangle? What is that shortcut? That third side c square, I'm directly writing now, x square should be less than sum of this 15 square plus 8 square and 15 square minus 8 square. So basically 225 minus 64, this is x square, this is 225 plus 64. What is 225 plus 64? That is 289, right? 289 is a perfect square. So that means there exists a one right angle triangle, right? So ये 289 वाला एक right angle triangle तो यहाँ पे रहेगा. 225 minus 64 is a what? 161. So which square lies between this? ये तो perfect square है मेरा 17 का, right? और 161 will be nothing but 13 का square is how much? 169. और 12 से बड़ा 13 से छोटा, तो this would be something 12 point something, right? That is my x की range for being acute. ये किसके लिए निकाल रहे हैं मैं यहाँ लिख देता हूँ. This is for the acute, x for acute. So for being acute, how many values it will go to? For being acute, x should be how much? 12 से बड़ा, that is 13 से लेके 16. So 13 to 16, how many values are this? 16 minus 13 plus 1. So basically 4 values. So 4 triangles of x, it would be an acute angle triangle. That means there are 4 acute angle triangles. So I got this part. So acute angle triangle will be nothing but 4, right? Will there be right angle triangle? Yes, pretty much, because I got it. ये यहाँ पे integer आया ना 289. So there will be one right angle triangle. That is a triangle of which 8, 15, 17. We'll be seeing this Pythagorean triplet in the next class, but अभी के लिए याद रखना ये Pythagorean triplet है. That means 8 square plus 15 square. It follows a Pythagoras theorem, right? So here this one is a right angle triangle. So right angle triangle एक और हुआ. So remaining will be obtuse angle triangle, right? That is my answer. So 15 minus 5. So 10 has to be my answer for this particular question. Okay. So I hope guys you got this question right. ठीक है, समझ में आया होगा सबको. Acute is pretty much simple. सीधा वो shortcut लगाओ, एक relation में आपका answer आ जाएगा. But अगर question obtuse का है और जो आ चुका है, right, CAT 2008 में, so you need to do this total things. आपको total triangles निकालने पड़ेंगे, acute निकालने पड़ेंगे, right angle triangle if it is there, right? Okay, let's take this fourth question. What it says, the sides of a triangles have length 11, 15 and k, where k is an integer. How many values of k this triangle will be obtuse, right? So it's a not easy question, it's a difficult question, right? So what you need to do, so to get obtuse angle triangle, again what you need, that you need the total triangles. Total में से आपको दो टाइप के triangles माइनस करने पड़ेंगे. कौन से? Acute plus right angle triangle, right? So let's get started with it. RAT is right angle triangle, okay? Don't get confused. So this is 11, this is 15 and this is k. So what is the range of k? So side has to be between sum of the other two sides and difference of the other two sides. So basically 4 to 26. So k का range will be what? The k smallest which will be 5. 5 से लेके 25. So I can say the values of k, it will be 25 minus 5 plus 1. That is the total number of triangles which I'll get is nothing but 21. So the total triangles is 21. Okay, but it is not asking total. Let's now find the acute. So for acute, what is the shortcut? You can say what was the shortcut for it? The third side ka square has to be between. Okay, let me take a different color. This k square has to be between sum of square of the other two sides, that is 11 square plus 15 square, and it should be greater than 15 square minus 11 square. So basically 225 minus 121 k square. This would be what? 121 plus 225. So this comes out to be 104. This comes out to be 346. So 104, is it a perfect square? No. So कौन से दो स्क्वायर्स के बीच में आता है? 10 और 11 के बीच में आएगा, राइट? 10 square is 100, 11 square is 121. So this will be 10 point something something by taking a root. 346, is it a square? No. किसके बीच में आएगा ये? 19 square is 361, 18 square is 324. तो ये 18 और 19 के बीच में आएगा. So it will be 18.xx. So as both are in decimal, the very first thing I should notice is because दोनों decimal में है, तो ये तो बात पक्की है कि मुझे यहाँ पे right angle triangle कोई नहीं मिलेगा, right? So जो मेरा right angle triangle का count है, in this particular question, I will not get any right angle triangle. It would be 0. Okay. Now, how many will be acute angle triangle? So K का range होगा 10.xx से बड़ा, that means it should be minimum 11, maximum 18.xx से छोटा, that is it will be 18. So K का values will be nothing but K आपके आएंगे 18 minus 11 plus 1. कितना आता है ये? 18 minus 11 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. So my acute angle triangles are 8. So just subtract this, how much you'll get? 21 minus 8, that is nothing but 13 should be the answer, right? So second option will be answer for this question, okay? So I hope you got this question. Please remember, this is one of the typical question has been asked in CAT, and you can regularly see these questions in your mock CATs. Now let's go to the next concept, or the next question in fact. This particular question is based on isosceles triangle. Okay, a very nice question. Let me first draw the diagram of it. What it says, A, B, and this is C, where AB is 15. Let me just draw like this, okay? Just yeah. Let me take A here, and this is B. Okay, just for orientation. So AB is 15, BC is also 15. Right? Now there is a point E on the EC somewhere here. He has not given where it is. This is E. Okay, but EC he has given. EC is how much? So BE. This BE length is 10. EC length is 7. And what is he asking is AE. Right? So I'll just give the general overview of a general method, but we have a very good shortcut for this question. Okay, so general method will be something like that: you draw a perpendicular, right? Then you take this as x. This will be 7 minus x. So तीन बनेंगे, Pythagoras theorem लगेगा, right? Let's say this is a x तो ले लिया मैंने यहाँ पे. Let's say y. This is 7 minus y, right? You will get this 7 square plus 15 square and so on and so on. So it will take some time. Okay, so I'll not using this way. Okay, I'll use a property of circle in this question. तो कभी भी अगर isosceles triangle का question और it is related with sides, ये वाला शॉर्टकट स्ट्राइक होना चाहिए. बिलीव मी, इट्स वेरी इफेक्टिव गाइस. अगर आप कुछ भी ट्राई करके देखो, इतना टफ क्वेश्चन नहीं है वो. बस 3 बार पाइथागोरस थ्योरम लगाना है, 2-3 वेरिएबल है, बट इट विल गो लेंदी. सो दिस इज अ थ्योरम यू मस्ट बी नोइंग, टू इंटरसेक्टिंग कॉर्ड का थ्योरम. व्हाट इट सेज दैट AE into EB should be equal to CE into ED, right? So this part into this part should be equal to this part into this part. So if I take by the numbers, what it will be? 8 into 3 should be equal to 6 into 4. Okay, so this is what is my two intersecting chord ka theorem. So now how will you apply this? Now see here, just let me take a different color. Now I'll take this vertex, the B vertex, as the center. ठीक है, मैं इसको क्या लूंगा? मैं B को मैं center लेता हूँ. B as my center and take radius as the side of that. What is the radius? Radius I'll take it as 15. So अगर मैं radius 15 लेके इसका एक circle construct करूँ, ठीक है? So just I'm making a circle, ठीक है? Just pardon me for not exact नहीं बनेगा, but still समझने के लिए काफी है. This circle will be something like this, okay? ठीक है? Now there is a center. If I connect all the lines, let's say this, ये मैं सर्कल को यहां से कनेक्ट कर रहा हूं, ये कितना होगा? दिस विल ऑल्सो बी नथिंग बट द रेडियस, राइट? एंड हाउ मच इज द रेडियस वी हैव टेकन? रेडियस एज अ 15, तो ये होगा 15. ऑल्सो बी टू दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑन द सर्कल, अगेन दिस ऑल्सो हैज टू बी रेडियस, राइट? दो नॉट प्रोपोर्शनल बट जस्ट विजुअलाइज. अगर मैं सेंटर से सर्कल का रेडियस 15 लेता हूं तो ये भी रेडियस 15 होगा. सो कैन यू टेल मी ये लेंथ कितना होगा? बिकॉज टोटल 15 है तो ये 10 है, तो दिस हैज टू बी 5. Right? Now this will be my intersecting point between the two, what you can say, chords, right? So क्या property थी वो भी chords की? This x into 7, this will be x into 7 should be equal to 10 plus 15, that is 25 into 5. That is my answer. So my correct answer is 125/7. So you guys, कितना जल्दी, अगर आपको थोड़ा पता है, hardly it will take 20-30 seconds to solve this, right? So I hope you got this point. ये ट्रिक या ये शॉर्टकट कब चलेगा? जब भी आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल का क्वेश्चन हो एंड इट इज रिलेटेड विद द साइड्स, ठीक है? एंगल से रिलेटेड में नहीं लगेगा ये, ठीक है? जस्ट टेक वन मोर क्वेश्चन फॉर प्रैक्टिस. So this was a chord question number 6. ठीक है? Similar sort of, just let me, what it says, A, this is B, this is C, AB is 12, AC is also 12, there is a point D on the BC somewhere here, such that BD is 9 and DC is 6. Okay, this time we need to find this AD. Okay, पिछले बार ये AD given था, right? 10 it was given. This time it is, let's say, X. Again the general method remains the same. आप एक perpendicular drop करो यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी और फिर variables लो, 3 बार Pythagoras theorem लगाओ, you will get the answer. But believe me, that will go heckless. So again we'll solve that. Only what we'll take? We'll take this vertex है जहाँ पे isosceles triangle बनता है दोनों side. That I'll take as center, right? I'll take A as the center और रेडियस कितना लेंगे हम? रेडियस विल बी ऑफ द जो भी आइसोसेलेस की सेम साइड है, दैट इज 12. ओके, सो जस्ट लेट मी ड्रॉ इट. सो इफ आई टेक A as a center and if I construct the circle out of it, it would be something like this. Okay, now what is the radius? This part will be nothing but my radius only. So if this part will be 12. Similarly, let's say this is P, so AP will be radius. Similarly, let's say this is Q, so my AP should be equal to AQ, right? Should be equal to nothing but radius, that is equal to 12, right? So अगर ये मेरा इतना part AQ I know is 12, उसमें से AD अगर मेरा X है, so can you tell me how much will be DQ? So DQ, this part, DQ should be 12 minus X, right? This should be 12 minus X. So just I'll write it here. So my DQ will be nothing but 12 पूरा radius, उसमें से मेरा AD minus कर देता हूँ ना. How much is AD? AD is X. Okay. Now where it will be that my intersecting chord theorem will be applied? At the D point, at the intersection of these two chords, right? So it is nothing but, if I want to write it, it would be BD, right, into DC should be equal to PD into DQ, right? ऐसे ही होगा ये. So how much is BD? BD is 9, DC is 6, PD is how much? PD will be AP plus AD, that is 12 plus X. And how much is DQ? DQ we got is as 12 minus X. So basically it's nothing but 54 should be equal to, this is a plus b, a minus b, किसका formula ये a square minus b square, so basically 12 square, that is 144 minus x square, right? So my x square should be equal to 144 minus 54, that comes out to be 90. So basically my answer for this is x is nothing but root of 90. What is root of 90? Nothing but 3 root 10, right? So x should be 3 root 10. So this is the correct answer of this question. Okay. So I hope you got this method. So please remember and please try to utilize जब भी mock में है. ठीक है, कुछ भी डाउट हो कैसा भी हो, you can join our Telegram group for that. Also you can ask in the comment. Thank you everyone.